Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Le Carré. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Untersuchen Sie das Leichenschauhaus nach Hinweisen zum Verschwinden von Lisas Leiche. Leiche. Geduckte Fortbewegung. Ja, gut, das kennen wir ja. Fliegende Schlange. Ist das vielleicht die fliegende Schlange? Nee. Suchen Sie nach Hinweisen. Große Fußspuren.
Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
Bei dem Barfuß.
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. Bigfoot. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here, but there are no signs that the bag was dragged away. So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Monster, weil sie so wegtragen konnte. Oh. Ich will dahinter. Zu dem anderen Ding. Komm doch nicht hin. Paletten.
These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here. It's a novel, sophisticated idea, unlike anything I'd ever come up with.
Styroporkisten.
Boxes of the past? Or presents of the future? Either way, this is a curious time capsule.
Kartons.
Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach?
Ich will es gar
I'm
nicht
gonna
wissen.
go with okra. Yeah, okra.
Was ist Okra?
I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South.
Kommt nicht darüber. Eiszapfen.
An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the South.
Ach, jetzt geht's auf einmal. Gut, das ist dann scheinbar das Letzte, was man machen kann. Dann gucken wir erstmal noch die Deckenlampe an.
Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Ja, sicher. Wie abgeschlossen? Nein. Wo ist das Thermometer noch? Was auf einmal ging als letztes. Ach, Mann.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. all life will come to an end in the icebound zone. You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Fliegende Schlange ist im Delikatessenlager zu finden. Kein Zweifel. Gehen Sie nachsehen. Ich wollte doch aber noch das Thermometer untersuchen. Ich dachte, das wäre das letzte. Na gut, geht nicht. Da gehen wir doch jetzt bestimmt alleine rein, da kommen dann endlich mal Feinde. Sonst haben wir doch jetzt auch nicht die Waffe gekriegt. Da müssen wir dorthin. Ich gucke mal kurz, ob es hier noch irgendwas gibt. Außerstehende NPCs, die die ganze Zeit Wände und Kisten angucken. Reden wir mal kurz mit ihm.
A 10-foot tall giant? All right. Now that one's gotta be a joke. Right, Mr. York?
Gut. Nicht weiter. Dann ab ins Delikatessenlager. Das bestimmt von Feinden wimmelt. Was aber niemanden interessiert. War im ersten Teil auch so. Es sind überall immer die Gestalten rumgerannt, aber irgendwie hat es keinen interessiert. Lustkrebspanzer. Ja, schön. Weiter. Irgendwas machen. Nö, okay. Ach, man kann auch mehrere Munition finden.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Ach, und der ist bestimmt da hinten.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. And they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Besorgen Sie den Aufzugschlüssel. Machen Sie sich auf den Weg ins Delikatessenlager. Jo. Ach, jetzt kann ich da was. Hoppala. Jetzt kann ich da. Was soll ich denn hier tun? Ducken. Ja, schön. Das ist doch ein Wagen mit Rollen. Wieso kann er den nicht wegschieben? Jetzt drücken. Wow. Nö, geht nicht. Muss ich erst noch lernen. Ich weiß nicht, wie man Wägen wegschiebt.
The elevator won't move without a key, Mr. York. Think you two can go and figure something out? I'll search around here in the meantime. I believe in you. I know they didn't make you a special agent for nothing.
So, was ist mit dir? Gib Schlüssel. Gib Schlüssel.
Zach, I think we can move this. Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
Ja, dann hopp. Kann ich auch ziehen? Ja. Mitten in die Mitte gestellt. Ist ja auch Wurst. Schieberätsel. Da liegt was. Flusskrebsschwanz. Können wir auch nicht reden. Was ist eigentlich hier? Wieso liegt hier so eine Palette? Irgendwas drauflegen, schieben. Gabel, irgendwas, Flosse. Achso. Was ist das für ein Lager? Dass hier irgendwie die Wägen und ja, die Räder stehen genau falsch rum. Zum Schieben eigentlich. Was ist das für ein Lager, wo der ganze Shit hier im Weg steht? Oh, die kann ich doch zerschießen, oder? It was a fake. A fake Kiste. Das war's zu weit. Und der Schlüssel liegt dann bestimmt irgendwo da rum. Zufälligerweise. Na. Lass los! Lass los! Mann. Oh, oder wir stibitzen den einfach von dem schlafenden Mitarbeiter. Hallo? Aber, ich gucke erst nochmal, was hier ist. Noch ein eine Gabelwelsschwanzflosse. Servus.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
Na dann bedienen wir uns doch mal, ne? Ach, da liegt er auf dem Boden. Okay.
Now we should be able to operate the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
Okay. Haben wir?
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Wanna head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Na, kommt mit. Ich hätte wirklich gesagt, wenn wir alleine runtergehen, dann haben wir es mit keinen zu. Aber mal gucken. Aber er sagt jetzt, ich bleib hier und halte Wache.
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Can you hear me?
Wieso hängt da Krokodile an der Wand? Was ist mit ihm?
Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Krokodil ist also Delikatesse. Nehmen Sie im Delikatessenlager das Fleisch von der Decke, um Eloise Aufmerksamkeit zu erlangen. Das ist bestimmt ein Zombie. Also so ein Geist-Typ, wie im ersten Teil.
I lent you Mr. Alligator for self-defense. But if you end up hurting a civilian, you can bet you'll be hearing from
Ja, ist ja gut. Bleib ruhig. Alligator Hechtschuppe. Ich glaube speichern. Obwohl es speichert eigentlich genügend automatisch. Habe ich gesehen, wo ich gestartet habe. Ist das jetzt wieder so laut? Meine Fresse.
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Oh, guck mal, wie groß der ist.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants, huh?
Smith.
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here. Yup. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know.
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lisa.
Hey, cut it out!
Lisa. Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise! Lise! My fault! My fault!
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
Das war schon so unglaublich laut, ey. Susi im Delikatessenlager nach der fliegenden Schlange. Da hängt da eine Delikatesse an der Decke, die eine Schlange ist. Würde ich denken.
I'll keep an eye on him while we're here. Just relax, Avery. We'll get out of your way as soon as we're finished.
Was haben wir hier? Untersuchen.
Andouille. Now here's some real Cajun cuisine. The way these sausages are linked up, they almost look like a serpent. But it's hard to imagine them flying. Let's move on, Zach. There are torn off claws and legs scattered all over the ground. I doubt they'll fly anytime soon. I can't tell which ones are from crawfish and which parts are from shrimp. How about you, Zach? Cans of Holy Trinity paste. Onions, bell peppers, and celery. The absolute basics for any Cajun dish. This product combines them all into some sort of paste. People actually buy this garbage? Even the name sounds idiotic. Zach, I just made an eternal promise with myself. If I ever happen to come across any food prepared with this paste, I vow to never call it Cajun food.
Gibt's ja vielleicht auch den Reis irgendwo, den wir brauchen? Was ist das hier? Noch eine Schwanzflosse? Nicht. Nicht. Hängt hier irgendwo was an der Decke? Das Haken? Ja, das ist ein Haken. Die Haken. Libellen, okay.
Hung alligators. I suppose in a way they sort of look like flying serpents. Oh, but that's pushing it. Remember, we're in a dark basement here. They'll never reach the sky. Frozen oysters. Personally, I'd rather have a cocktail filled with fresh ones. We hunt for more materials than we can eat, and freeze them over long periods of time. The human race gives terror a whole new meaning.
Da ist vielleicht was dran. Gut, haben wir bloß noch die Libellen.
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food, for their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarksons' family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly? Yeah, that's the Clarksons' mark, all right. Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim. And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest. The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case. Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world. Let's head back out to that merciless sun. Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
Erst über die meckern, dass sie dauernd meckern, dass es kalt ist und dann, ey, was steht da noch rum? Macht hin, es ist kalt. So, Bei der nächsten Gelegenheit würde ich mal speichern und dann erstmal hier kurz aufhören. Jetzt lädt es bestimmt erstmal wieder die Stadt, wenn wir davor rausgeworfen werden. Und dann, als nächstes werden wir vielleicht mal den Alligator platzieren. Ich weiß nicht, wie spät es jetzt ist im Spiel. Wir haben auch bloß die einfachen Zigaretten, wo die Zeit nicht so schnell vorbeigeht. Wollen wir mal probieren, wie intensiv die sind und wie schnell das dann geht.
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zach and I will take things from here.
Then what should I do?
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please. I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Not a bad idea. Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do. Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number 1. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number 2. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers. Proof number 3. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant, standing over 10 feet tall, carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir.
Alles ganz logisch.
A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a heady intuition. I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
Patty?
Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's Diner and Lane.
Gut, aber das machen wir beim nächsten Mal. War hier ein Telefon irgendwo? Ich dachte. Ja, da ums Eck. Da vor uns gesehen. So. Wieso gibt es ja keine Daten? Ich hab doch schon mal. Naja, dann legen wir eine neue an. Ist doch Wurst. Da. Zack. Okay. Dann verabschiede ich mich für heute. Oder für dieses Mal, besser gesagt. Schönen Tag, bleibt schön gesund. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, wie gesagt, gern Daumen hoch, Abo da lassen, Glocke bimmeln. Das Übliche kennt ihr ja mittlerweile. Würde mich sehr freuen. Und ansonsten sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal. Haut rein, schönen Tag und bis denne.
Never a choice when somebody needs you. You can't turn away. You're their only lifeline, just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone.